Welcome back, everybody. Take a break for Stephen Shamus.
Good to see you, my friend. How's it going?
Every day is a beautiful day. Every day.
It's nice here. It's 75. I just got back from LA. We did our signings with Andrew Garfield and Lizzie Olsen, and there was a special appearance by Albert Pujols. I will post. My photos are probably up by now.
He just showed up. He was just like, "Hey, it's me, Albert Pujols. I'm taking it."
He was doing a signing as well. It was pretty cool.
Fun.
The way I sent it to my friends, I said combined, we have 698 home runs. Combined.
You're the one.
Two away. We're two away from 700.
Yeah.
Two away from 700 home runs, Alex. Combined.
I wouldn't have been able to help with that number. I would have not. 0.
All right. What do we got this week, Alex?
We've got some more Marvel stuff, and we're gonna get a little spicy. Some of these kind of more adult themed books have been ticking up in value, and you know it's time to start looking at them, because a lot of these things, especially from the 90s and 80s, these are in people's collections, and a lot of times they get thrown into the the dollar bin, or they get kind of given away to more the adult section people, but they're real comics and they're getting up high.
Right.
We're gonna start with Kull the Conqueror.
Who are you? Kull of Atlantis.
You're wasting your time here. Every man in my legion is of noble blood.
My blood's red as any man's.
He was a warrior slave until fate made him king.
Long live Kull!
For your Conan fans, Man-Thing, who had an amazing quick scene in the Werewolf by Night trailer.
Death is coming for you!
Werewolf by Night.
Torchy, Omaha the Cat Dancer, and then we're gonna end with Halloween, because it's Halloween time. Why not?
Halloween night. A small American town. 15 years ago. Michael? Halloween.
That's correct. Okay, good. What are we going to start with, Alex?
Let's talk about Kull.
Yeah, these books are starting. Yeah, these books are starting to tick up. Again, we've talked about this before. A lot of the Silver Age, Bronze Age stuff in high grade is really, really ticking up. Even when they printed a lot of copies of these books, the high grades are going higher and higher. There just seems to be a push where if you have something in a 9.6 or 9.8 and it's old, it's vintage, and they're not going to be any more in the pop reports. They just keep going higher and higher. And when you see these pop report numbers, you're going to understand why. Yeah. So talk a little bit about Kull the Conqueror. And again, all these Silver Age characters, I mean, maybe there's anticipation of them being in the films. Maybe there's a nostalgia factor. Maybe it's a little bit of both. But clearly, you're starting to see a trend with these Silver and Bronze Age books in high grade.
Yeah. So Kull the Conqueror is funny because it's from the same person who created Conan. And he was actually, Robert E. Howard kind of wrote out this script for, if you will, for Kull the Conqueror, and it was rejected, so he retooled that, and that made that Conan. So this is him going back and making Kull the Conqueror, Kull the character after Conan became a success, and then he used that to push it. And one of the things about Kull is he is in the same timeline and has met with Conan, so these are kind of like two of the same kind of archetypes. Kull is from the pre-sunken Atlantis, but he is also a kind of Hyberian age warrior that kind of walks around. There was already a movie with Kevin Sorbo. It did not do well.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that was just made for sci-fi channel for nighttime viewing. But that doesn't mean that this character isn't going anywhere. Again, this is a Robert E. Howard creation with Conan. They could probably do a Kull versus Conan movie. That would be fun. People would watch that.
Right.
Everything's up for works.
Got it. Okay. So Kull the Conqueror #1, June of 1971. There are 30 9.8s. There are 102 9.6s. There are 96 9.4s, and that's about an $850 book. Origin and second appearance of Kull, based on the stories by Robert E. Howard. The original ones were even older, and I didn't want to get into them. Roy Thomas, this is the first modern appearance. Roy Thomas story, Ross Andrew and Wally Wood art, Marie Severin, Ross Andrew, and Sal Buscema cover. Then the other book to take a look at is Kull the Conqueror #1 from December of '82. Yes. I think this is the book to buy. 12 9.8s, 8 9.6s, 7 9.4s. It's about a $5 to $10 raw book. I can't find any in CGC, so I think they would sell for money in high grades.
Yeah.
Wraparound cover, Alan Zelenet story, John Buscema and Dan Bulanati art, and John Bolton cover. John Bolton we know. Danny Bulanati, I don't think we've mentioned him before, and Alan Zelenitz, I don't remember him either. So that's a new one for us. Okay. What's next, Alex? These books are also the next topic is really trending upward.
The other thing in a universe, the man thing, not to be confused with the swamp thing. This is the man.
Yeah. So why
thing.
is this one moving up? What's going on?
We saw the man thing in the trailer for Werewolf by Night. There was a quick scene, and you saw him in full man thing glory. And this is a character that Marvel's been pushing for a while. There was a Man Thing movie, and again, it was a Sci-Fi Channel original movie, I believe. I don't think it was officially released, but they did make a movie, and it wasn't that long ago. I think it was maybe like 2000, 2001. But this is a character that again has been around the Marvel universe for a long time. He is a kind of a Swamp Thing archetype. His powers are more like senses. He can really like he's empathetic, so he can feel people, but he's a horror creation, and it'll be awesome to see the Werewolf by Night. That movie's gonna be great.
Yeah, have they even announced? Let's take a look real fast.
I don't think
if they've even announced the actor. No, they have not announced the actor.
Just a man
there are some names that are listed as actor, so I'm thinking maybe it's Gael Garcia Bernal. That's my only guess.
Educated IMDb guess.
Okay, so that was my best educated internet guess, Alex.
Yes, that was a good one.
So thank you. So Man Thing, Fear #10, October 1972. There were 13 9.8s, 36 9.6s, and 51 9.4s. Very, very difficult to get in high grade. You're talking about a 50-year-old book at this point. In a 7.5, one just sold for $325. Man Thing begins his first solo series. Origin of the Man Thing is retold. Jerry Conway and Alan Brodsky stories. Howard Chaykin, Bill Everett, and Jack Katz art with a Grade Morrow cover and artwork as well. Then the other one to take a look at is Man Thing #1 from January of 1974. There are 53 9.8s. There are 119 9.6s. That's about a $2,200 book in 9.8. It's about a $450 book in 9.2. It's a $400 book in 9.0, and it's a $300 book in 8.5.
Wow.
It's also got the second appearance of Howard the Duck, Jennifer Kale and Dakima appearance, Daredevil and Black Widow cameos, Steve Gerber story, Val Mayerick and Sal Trapani art with a Frank Brunner cover. So that's the other big one. So those are the two books to take a look at. Again, I would buy them VF as long as they're clean. VF plus, near mint, minus. I think you're good.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Alex's pick of the week. What do you got, Alex?
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill. Go ahead.
Is in a comic book.
Which comic book?
This is Mark Hamill's Jack in the Box origin story comic book. The only way you could get this book was to go on jackinthebox.com and order it. They were free. You just had to order them.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Here's the thing that makes it a little bit more rare. A lot of people's orders got canceled. A lot of people's orders.
Why?
I think they only printed so much, and because it was free book and free shipping, they weren't going to fill everybody's order. I think they only printed whatever. Let's say they printed 10,000.
How much are they selling for?
They're not selling for anything because there's none on eBay right now. And the only other thing about the book, I looked Mark Hamill comic and I couldn't find anything. I typed in Mark Hamill Jack in the Box. I couldn't find anything.
Mark Hamill. That's funny.
And another weird thing about this book is they shipped them in bags, like bagging shipping mailers. So they're all beat up. Everybody
When
that
did
got
you
one are
get?
all
When
beat
did
up.
you get them?
Yesterday. Mine
Oh,
was
that's why they're
yesterday.
not on sale yet.
Yeah.
Why don't you
Other
throw yours
people
up?
already had them. People already had them. I only
don't you
got
throw
one
it up?
copy. I tried to get 3 from different emails, and I only got 1. So I'm keeping the 1. That's my promo book. It's not going anywhere. It's a really nice
Can I
book
see that
too.
book? Let me see it again. Let me see
It's
it.
really nice. I wish I could get more. And like the art's good too. It's a decent book. It's pretty nice. It's let's see who did it. Luke Dio and Jamie Coe, Eric Stiles and Chad Goodnow. I don't know any of these names on here other than Mark Hamill, Jack in the Box. It's very interesting.
You can download it digitally for free.
If you want to read it, I would read it. It's fun, but it'll be hard to get that pride from my cold dead hands.
Got it. That's a good one, Alex. I like that one. That's my favorite one you've done in a while. Okay.
Perfect.
All right. What do we got next?
Torchy.
Yeah, I have no idea why this book is just going absolutely crazy. Any idea why?
Spicy book.
You think it's just because the Olivia cover?
I think there's a couple things here. I think Torchy it was a comic book, a Golden Age comic book, and it was like a good girl art. And it's Golden Age. It's 1940s. You know, that's when the original comic came out. And Bill Ward, everybody loves Bill Ward's art. But
Bill Ward, right. Bill Ward.
Bill Ward has done a lot of art in his life. And he, again, another good girl artist. That's the term. Like people would use good girl artist. And Torchy was a popular character. And then these books, you know, you have the insides being this character from the Golden Age that has been around forever, and people love reprints or new stuff of it. And it's an Olivia cover. The cover's really, it's airbrushed. It's really pretty, and it's innovation, which means there wasn't a million of them printed. Right.
Okay, got it. Okay, so Torchy number 1, spring 1991 from Innovation. There are 19 9.8s. There are 9 9.6s, and in 9.8 it's over $300 book. Like that's pretty good.
That's
okay. Wait till you see the next one. Go ahead.
Omaha the Cat Dancer.
Another adult book.
Yes. Another one of these books. Go ahead.
No, you go.
It's again, we were just talking about it with Torchy, and in the opening, Omaha the Cat Dancer, almost every collection I bought that had this era of books in it had a couple issues of this. This is one of those books that was definitely an adult book, but the whole point of the book was an adult. And this is where I think you get the collectors kind of getting it. It was a regular story, independent comic that had explicit sexual scenes in it, but that wasn't the point of the book. You didn't buy that for that. And it wasn't in every book. It was a story of a dancer in Minneapolis, and she fell in love with a wealthy businessman's son, and it's kind of their drama story. It's more of a drama book than anything else. But you're looking at nostalgia. You're looking at people realizing that they're not scared to have it in their collection or to have these pieces. So it's interesting that these are now getting where they should be. And again, people bought these books. These aren't hard to find.
Got it. So Omaha the Cat Dancer number 1, Steel Dragon Press, 1984, Pop 1. So the 9.8 that sold for a little under $1,000, but they're $135 even in 9.6s.
Yeah.
So if you could buy these rare and get a 9.6 and maybe even a 9.8, like you have something very, very valuable. It's a Reed Waller story, cover, and art. All right, what are we closing out with today, Alex?
Well, it is October, so when this airs, it will be October. So yeah, let's talk about Halloween.
Yeah, these books have gone absolutely crazy. Is it just the horror craze, or any idea why these books have gone up so much?
I think when we talk about Halloween and kind of like the movie, we also have to talk about, we talked about in the past, like the video game comics or the Supernatural TV show comics. The reason Halloween has been a franchise for so long is because there's fans of this franchise that will go see every iteration of it. And that means that, when the movies are done and there's no new movie coming, how are you going to get your Halloween kick? There's comics. So they go out and try to find them. And then, again, these books are usually, I don't want to say shunned by comic fans, but it's not a Spider-Man book. It's not a Batman book. It's not something that is highly ordered. So when you're a comic fan and you're a fan of this book and this franchise, it's hard to go back and get them in nice shape because they're just hard to find at all.
Got it. All right. So Halloween number 1, November of 2000. It's a photo cover. 30 9.8s, 31 9.6s. About a $450 book, $100 raw, Alex.
Wow.
$100 raw. Then there's the David Brewer Chromium Edition cover C, which is 24 9.8s. I'm going a little out of order. I'm going alphabetically. 12 9.6s. It's about $1,000 in 9.8, $250 raw, limited to 2,500. Then there's the fandom.com glow in the dark edition, 2 9.8s, 4 9.6s. Raw, that's about $150 book. So I would think a 9.8 is probably $600 to $800 if you can get one. And then there's the glow in the dark pumpkin premium edition cover E. There's 2 9.8s, 7 9.6s, and one just sold for $1,300 in 9.6.
These are not cheap.
Those are limited to 66. So those have almost triple the print run of the Chromium edition, but they're impossible to find. Yeah. So these books are, I got to tell you something. I feel like I've seen these books before, but like, I can't believe the prices, Alex, on these books.
Yeah, you might have seen them, but I mean, it's one of those things that you don't pick up, so they're just sitting in a box somewhere.
I know. It's crazy.
They're gone.
And so many of these books, I have the cover. I see the picture on eBay, or I see it on Heritage, and I'm like, oh, I've seen that a million times. And then it's like $1,000. I'm like, oh, I feel like taking it off the shelf. Like going in go back in a time machine and taking it off the shelf.
If only.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us today. If you have any questions or comments, put it in the field below. Otherwise, we will see you next week. Same bad time.
Same bad channel.